The vibes never miss on intro. Never. Not one
Never.
time. Never.
Never
So
once.
good. So good. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. I didn't tell Eddie this, but I don't know if you know that Anthony and I are professional podcasters here. Okay.
What?
So I've decided this is your idea. This is your toy. I'm going to let you take the host seat.
Ooh.
So
Fancy.
I will. I guess the comments aren't up here yet, but I will click the comments for you if you tell me what the question is. They pop up on the screen. But yeah, you can lead this charade here, not charade. This fun time we're gonna put together here.
This spa day.
Yes, and tell people very clear what the purpose of this is. Because somebody already broke the first rule.
Yeah,
in the comments.
Johnny C missed the
Things
note.
are off the rails already. Are we talking about the day job? Do I get to talk about train derailments and how to be safe around the railroad tracks?
Yeah, I don't know if Joshua knows that you are a train guy.
I am a train guy, indeed.
What do you
Always
do for the
On
train?
railroad tracks.
Are you a conductor?
I'm like 2,500th in line to ride a locomotive on the local railroad.
So you've never driven a train.
That's correct.
Are you licensed to drive a train?
I am not.
Okay.
If you were in a movie that was maybe based on a runaway train, could you competently take the controls and lead everyone to safety?
Next question.
Boo.
Okay. All right.
Who would play you in the movie where you take the runaway train over and lead it to safety?
All right. Let's see. Actors over 6'6".
Tage Thompson would play you.
Jason Segel.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh my god.
There we go.
Perfection.
Okay, wait.
His Google picture too. His
His
picture on Google too here is definitely like the same neckbeard thing going on. So it's fake.
We have our first good question.
Denzel Washington, Kevin says. I like it.
Andy, the first question's for you.
Is that a bathrobe? No,
I thought it was a comforter. I'll be honest.
This is a cold weather kimono.
We are uncultured swines.
Listen to me. I will be buried in this kimono, and nobody can stop me. Well, they could probably stop me. I'll be dead, but nobody will stop me from making that request. Eddie's writing it down now since he is my next of kin.
I'm next in line.
As my oldest son, he's my next of kin.
Oh goodness! All right, so
go ahead, Eddie.
Go to Arby's order. We gotta give the Dr. Patrick his stuff.
Bottled water.
It depends. Oh man, because you always, I feel like you always gotta go with you go there, you get into the drive-thru, and your brain's going, I'm getting a beef and cheddar with curly fries and the soft drink of your choice. Until you get to the drive-thru window and you see like one extra thing. And I feel like I always fall for that extra thing. Most recently, I'm pretty sure it was mozzarella sticks. So that we'll go with that as my thing.
I like it.
Yeah. And a milkshake, because it's not Arby's without a milkshake either.
But you guys really actually go to Arby's?
I've been to Arby's twice this year, and it involves things that are not being talked about tonight. One of which was 22nd of October, if you can catch the drift.
On October 22nd.
So
don't worry about
it. It's an Arby's adjacent store. So no, I can't tell you the last year I was at an Arby's, let alone recently. But in
I got the October 22nd thing now. It hit me. Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
Sorry.
It still must be way over my head.
We'll tell you later, Anthony.
Okay.
We'll tell you when you're on.
But in my office at work, I have a plastic Albert Einstein bobblehead, and I constantly get questioned about it. Like, what is that? So when I first started my job, I would have to go to McDonald's daily because the man I worked under, I should say, every day he wanted me to get him a Happy Meal. Like he didn't want to eat too much, but he always wanted to eat like gross shit. So he made me get him a Happy Meal, and he would always like leave the toy on my desk as if I was 7. He didn't want it, but
It's your tip.
and so as I'm cleaning out my old desk when I moved to a different one, I find one that like just didn't end up in the trash, and so I leave it there as a reminder of humble beginnings. This little Albert Einstein bobblehead, and I consider him my right hand man. He's always like, you realize how pretentious that looks that you have an Einstein on your desk? I'm just like, listen to me. It's humble beginnings, and he's just like, that story is pretentious. He's like, you're just feeding into the pretentiousness. But case in point, that's like my only anecdote on fast food ever. Not because I'm like a snob or anything, but because it hurts my tum-tum. And that's about it. But I'm glad Eddie like has Arby's down, and it's not just an act. Like that's the most important thing for me.
Yes. You live it.
It's real.
You live it. Yeah.
Like it's not just a shtick. Like it's a real thing. Jane. Oh, Jane's here, and Ben. Everybody's here. My friends are here. I feel like the obvious answer. I'm sorry. I'm skipping ahead.
Eddie, you're muted.
The other time I had Arby's was like mid-April, if you can catch that drift. But again, it's our off day.
I got nothing.
I have so many questions about this McDonald's thing. What was your official title at this point? Were you a temp, or were you an intern, or was it just a guy really needed to do good work for?
Do you want to know what my title was? Because they made me get business cards, which was hilarious as a 19-year-old. And so our administrative assistant, right? She's like, "What's your title?" I'm like, "I don't think I was given one." And so she gave me a title for my business card. It was assistant to all departments, which is hilarious. And so all of the people in my company started referring to me as the world's greatest entry-level employee because I had a mug that said that. And that was it. I was the youngest person in the office by 20 years. And so it was kind of just like a joke. Like I did tech support because like I was mediocre at computers, but like being the de facto only person with a 1 in front of their age, they were like, "Yeah, you kid, you fix this." It's like you're just like copying a cell in Excel, and I would do it and they'd be like, "Genius, like brilliant, the next Bill Gates." It's like, no, I promise this is super easy. But yeah, assistant to all departments was my first title.
Similarly,
that's a good title.
I taught my dad Control A on Sunday.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it is really magical when you teach them something and like you just open up their whole world.
Yeah, because
teaching my dad, he didn't have to write google.com into the Google search bar.
Right?
You could just Google stuff right there.
That's the biggest breakthrough of this decade was when they finally just like let us have that.
Yeah.
Man.
My wife sends me team messages. Well, sets up team meetings at work so that I can help her figure out how to use Excel for her work stuff.
I love that.
I almost have her mastering VLOOKUPs. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
Going all day about. Okay, one other thing from the last podcast, Anthony, you have mastered something better than anyone probably ever in the history of content, and it is the ability to go into a sports analytics conversation and go full corporate and call every difference between two numbers a delta. Like, oh my, like every time I hear it, I'm just like, this man is corporate.
That's good.
I do that. Does it infuriate me? Sometimes, but man, do you just have it down.
That's pretty funny.
That's good. All right, let's get some more questions in here. Let's stick with the fast food thing and get this one in here.
Ooh,
best pizza between Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars. It's Pizza Hut, hands down.
Oh my god. Okay, so I thought this was like a legitimate person. This is Rick Jenneret. This picture.
Yes, it is Rick Jenneret in the picture. Yeah,
is that a cameo? It's got to be like one of his cameos. Yeah,
that's really funny. I thought this was a guy. I'm like, wow, our demographic has changed. It hasn't. Who's fielding this one, Eddie?
I have not.
I said Pizza Hut. I went Pizza Hut.
I haven't been back to like the revived Pizza Hut, so I'm like behind. So I don't really.
Nothing beats a good Pizza Hut buffet bar. You can't.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like I don't like. I'm pretty sure the only ones here are just like the takeout ones still. So
yeah. I gotta go Domino's. I gotta go down. So here's the thing. I went to school and dormed with like a bunch of Long Island kids, and they loved Domino's. Like that was like their jam. And so like some, let's say like good memories, right? We're capped off with like 2 a.m. Domino's and just like gross, but also like nostalgic. So I'll go Domino's. The nostalgia of me bringing in all the books I read and getting a free like whatever dessert pizza from Pizza Hut. They don't quite compare.
Yeah,
Did
between
anyone
the two,
else
I
do
feel like
that?
it's
Did I just
whatever,
like? Is that a thing that actually like kids did, or was I the like it?
No,
Was that a
I think
normal thing?
every half day for all those years was the entire school ended up in like the East Robinson and Niagara Falls Boulevard Pizza Hut.
I forget that we
100%.
grew. I forget
Ours
we
was
grew up in the same neighborhood.
Kenmore
Eddie.
Avenue. Kenmore Avenue Pizza Hut by Kenmore West.
Nice.
Ew.
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 Where was there? Wait, I don't even.
You just ew.
Where?
Not Kenmore Avenue. It was
It was
Elmwood.
Elmwood, right?
Elmwood.
Yeah,
Elmwood.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
not
there you go.
Elmwood.
I always forget that Eddie and I grew up like a generation apart, but like in the same neighborhood.
I rocked the Sweet Home School District.
You did.
I live in the Sweet Home School District. Yeah.
You do. Chad lives right like basically no, he lives like a stone's throw from the
Yes,
house I grew up in.
Wow.
And it's like I've been to your house like a couple times, and like it always like weirds me out driving, like turning where Bob Evans is on the boulevard. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I get like weird. I'm like, like trauma.
It's near my grandma. Fun fact.
All right, let's get Ben's question in here.
I think the answer to
So
this is very obvious.
My brother's an EDM guy, so I think I could fake it.
Nice.
I
could
think it would be
probably
Anthony
fake
because Anthony would get into it. Like would
Yeah, but
all,
Anthony,
like, would
Anthony,
go
what
full-
you were like, your college experience was like
The
like
EDM.
peak Avicii.
Oh my god, like the renaissance of EDM. Yeah,
You're just like, go to the one.
Yeah, I could
playlist.
turn some knobs and just 100%.
I could see it.
Breaking
I'm
out some
checking.
Odessa, some Judas.
See, this is
There's
and this
so
is
many
where
good
you-
like niche EDM artists. Oh my
this is where-
god.
yeah, that's where you lost me.
Yeah.
Of the three of us, I'm the least qualified to ever speak on a Twitter discussion about music.
Ben says he can sign me in.
There you go.
Jane, I don't need a sent profile reminder, baby. Okay, it's in my phone. Kidding me? Think Dolce Gabbana 1 buys itself? Fat chance.
We went for Happy Meal toys for an entire stint just for that honor.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, next tier, favorite hobbies. Oh, how do I answer this question in
I mean,
a
that's
way that
not fair because we're not supposed to talk about my hobby. Is
Yeah.
technically
yeah, all of our hobbies are off limits tonight.
our limits today.
I will
yeah.
say I've been playing a lot of 2K lately.
What is? Hold on.
They asked about my hobbies.
You pulled out a knife, dude. When you,
It's a Damascus blade. This is a hobby. I collect weird weapons. This one my kid bought for me. Or, well, didn't really, but like this was a Father's Day gift. I love this one. It's the only one I could smuggle from storage before my wife yelled at me that I was being too loud and I was going to wake up the kids. So
wow.
I knew this would come up. So I decided to bring
Yeah,
it.
did you know the person was? Did you set that question up? And
No,
you're like, oh, I
but,
got
like,
it.
Did you know that knives were gonna be part of this?
No, but someone last night was like, who does something interesting besides watch hockey? And I was just like, I don't know, that's interesting, but like I collect old and unique weapons. And people were like, wait, I got a minute. And a lot of it's in storage because my house is still under construction and I don't want my kids to get into sharp objects, which I think is fair. So it's mostly like the handheld stuff I have in boxes. And yeah, like I said, I was kind of like rummaging and my wife was like, bro, like stop. If you wake up these kids, I'm going to break my foot off in your ass. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Eddie, you were talking, so go ahead on your hobby before Anthony pulled the knives out.
Jesus. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of 2K lately. I think my personal opinion on it is that it's good this year. A lot of people do not like the direction it's going with microtransactions, but I've kind of figured it out.
Which
For the first
2K
time.
is that? NHL or basketball?
Basketball.
Basketball, man. What is my hobby?
The greatest hobby of them all, father.
I was gonna say that honestly, but like that's cheating. That's stupid. Like that, it's not really a hobby. It's technically a job that I signed myself up for. Man, without saying hockey, I don't even know. I live such a boring life outside of like hockey and working that I can't think of a good hobby that I would have. I guess it's a hobby, but it's not really because it's annoying and I spend a lot of my day doing it, is trying to find the music that I want to listen to. So that in a sense is a hobby because I spend so much time. Like really, like I'm very big into I gotta have headphones in for most of the day while I'm working to help me focus. And I can't find a groove for like 2 months now. Like
Wow.
I can't find a.
So we had this conversation like kind of a couple years ago. Are you still like you only listen to stuff from like the turn of the 2000s, or have you like branched out?
Nah, branch out.
You have. I'm glad to hear that. What are you into now? Well, I know you're struggling, but like let's say 2 months ago.
I don't think the problem. I don't know what I'm into right now. I'm one of those people that when I find a song that I'll listen to that song hardcore or
Until you hate it
for like
forever.
3 weeks in a row and just hammer it.
Guilty.
I was out of Coheed for a while, but I've gotten back in Coheed because I couldn't find anything on Spotify, so I just kind of like I think like put on like a YouTube list or something like that, and like a live Coheed show came out. I listened to the whole thing. I'm like, okay, I'm back in a Coheed mood. Old AFI was something I've gone to recently. Like old like OG AFI before they sold out.
Like Miss Murder or pre Miss Murder?
Pre Miss Murder.
Ooh.
Yeah. I always go old school Green Day, Dookie when I'm struggling.
Eddie is definitely Googling AFI right now because like that is so before his time.
Yeah.
Oh
Man.
God, this Will McWeather question is gonna hurt my soul to answer. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's
I should probably minimize it so I don't get distracted.
I get very into like musical soundtracks too sometimes.
Ooh.
Not on purpose. Like if one like pops in, like a song pops in, I'm like, oh.
Like when you say a musical contract, like Wicked?
Yeah, like Hamilton or like
I never knew this.
Or I can't think of the one. Damn it.
Rent?
Greatest Show. Greatest Show is another one.
Greatest Show.
That's another one that I go to a lot. Yeah. Yep.
I like it.
I'll even like since we have a Frozen question on here. I mean, there's some Disney songs that slap, and if they come on, I'll leave them. I'll let them run. I mean, I'm not afraid to say some Disney songs. Really, that if they can, I mean, people will be ashamed of it, but
listen to me. I can belt. I belt. I can show you the world because I used to do it. My daughter would love it when she was like tiny. I would lift her up and like she'd pretend she was on a magic carpet and be like, "Woo!" and I'd sing that whole shit front to back, man. Like, yeah, on repeat.
Yeah,
These comments are so good.
I'm not a Taylor Swift person.
You will be.
Nothing against Taylor Swift. It's
hey,
not my go.
This is a love story. Baby, just say yes.
All right. All right, let's get back to Frozen because this is a good question.
I've seen
hundreds
once.
Hundreds.
And I saw the musical.
You've seen it once, Eddie?
I've seen both of them once.
Okay.
And I saw the musical at Shays a couple of years ago.
I have seen it easy 25 plus times. Easy.
I envy both of you.
Easy. I'm probably underestimating how many times I've seen them both.
An ungodly amount of times.
And I've seen it in Disney. Too. The live show thing in Disney.
Oh man.
Seen that twice too.
Nice. Between Frozen and Frozen 2, it's got to be triple digits. It's got to be. My kids they love Frozen. Like nothing else even compares.
All right. Niche question. Better Brendan Urie high note, Into the Unknown or The Greatest Show?
Into the Unknown.
In the Unknown, yeah. I like this question too. Favorite Disney movie? This is a good one.
Mine's going to be niche as hell.
Go ahead.
Hercules.
Hercules. Wow.
All day. I love that movie.
Okay.
It's also what probably got me. It got me into dark-haired, problematic women when I was in college. But we can move on from that.
That's what today's about. That's what today's about.
All right.
Each of them individually. Man,
I go between Aladdin and Lion King.
Aladdin's dope.
Probably lean Aladdin.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing.
I think Monsters Inc. I go
Monsters
Pixar
Inc.
more.
Is it? Isn't that Pixar?
That's Disney.
Or counts.
Is it?
That counts. Well, I mean, like, isn't Frozen Pixar? Does Frozen not count?
Well, I don't know if Monsters Inc. was.
For my kindergarten graduation, I saw Mike and Sully at the then MGM.
Nope, it is Disney. You're right. You win. It's Disney. That's right. I thought it was like the other
I love that it's Monsters Inc. Because you have.
I thought it was like what Minions is because Minions not Disney. Like I thought it was that whoever does that.
Definitely not.
Ben, I did watch The Killer. We'll get to that. On your recommendation, I did it.
Ben, who is?
I've not. Is that the new Netflix show?
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen it. Is it good? It's a movie.
Pretty dope. Yeah.
It's good. All right.
I don't know that I love that Ben's compared me to the main character. He's definitely not normal, but it's good. It's a good show.
Jersey Shore Family Vacation is wrapping up, so the wife had something to watch. So
that's a thing.
We're big Jersey Shore people. Yeah. Sammy's back.
Oh man.
So.
She's got to be like 50 now.
No.
Sammy Sweetheart, bro. When I was in college,
50. There's no way.
Sir, how old was she on the original? Get ballpark me. 30? That was 14 years
No way.
ago.
In the original, she's in her 20s. Late 20s, maybe. Homer, you're not even close. Not even close. You want to try again?
No. Like, certainly not. Do I want to take another guess at this?
Currently 36.
Oh, God. We're not the same age, but, like, she's way closer to my age than I thought.
Yeah, she's got
That's upsetting.
A year on me. A year. Yeah. Yeah, Sammy's back.
Wild.
At 36. Doing reality TV. Probably making so much money. Who am I to judge? Anyway.
I mean, right. I mean, yeah. It's like they only do like one family. They do like trips now, like somewhere. And they turn like one trip into like 6 episodes. So really, you just go away. You go somewhere cool for a weekend that MTV pays for, and then you get paid a boatload of money.
Does it have all like the manufactured drama, like just Ronnie
100%.
out?
100%. 100%. It's still great. Yeah.
Oh man.
Can I? I don't think I can. Hold on, Ben. I'll hook you up. Ben's asking to get on.
Oh my god.
So hold on.
I don't know who Fincher is.
Anthony looks like he had a major crush on Topanga. Topanga wasn't my jam.
What?
She wasn't.
Boy Meets World, another good show.
I was before my time.
My crush was Lizzie McGuire.
Also before my time.
So young. So young.
Such
so
a
full of hope.
Isn't right? Hillary Duff was the one that is or was married to Comrie, right?
Comrie, yeah. She's Mike
the Comrie you always mistake for Eric Comrie.
Yeah, Mike Comrie. She's Eric Comrie's former sister-in-law, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Lizzie McGuire before my time.
That was before your time too?
Psychotic.
That's insane. It's ridiculous.
Oh man. I start like it's close, but like I start That's So Raven, Sweet Life.
That's So Raven was like
the Hannah Montana.
Of me watching it. Nope, that's past me.
Definitely the Boy Meets World, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was my era. Good show. Saved by the Bell. Kelly Kapowski.
The first Sabres like forum I ever joined, I was That's So Reagan, and it was just a picture of Ronald Reagan in a Sabres jersey as my profile pic. Not that I was a Ronald Reagan fan, but it was the beginning of the meme era, the meme generation.
It's good.
Mine was I was on Yahoo Answers in the hockey
Pink
section.
Ranger, Will McWeather, Pink Ranger.
Pink Ranger, he pulls out.
The OG Pink Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
We can hang, Will.
We can hang, he says.
We can hang.
Have you guys watched the new Netflix Power Ranger like movie they had?
I don't think so.
It,
Oh,
it
yeah,
wasn't-
that one was weird. I
it was
turned it
kind of
off.
weird.
Like, it was not for my
It was kind
children.
of start off with like the Yellow Ranger dying, and then like her. Yeah.
Yeah, like so my oldest loves Power Rangers because like I love it. She likes like the OG 90s ones because like
Yeah.
they're obnoxious and great. But like yeah, she wanted to watch that and I got like 15 minutes in. I'm like, I'm gonna pull like parental control on this. I'm like, we're gonna do another Power Ranger thing. This is not for you.
I think I want to watch the OG Power Ranger movie now. Like the Ooze.
Yes, Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze, yes. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was good. Yep. Ninja Turtles, Ooze one was another good one. That's one of the original Ninja Turtles.
I still think my favorite Power Ranger villain has got to be Lord Zed all day.
More than that, yeah. All right, yeah, that's fair. Ivan Ooze, I missed that episode. I'm all this stuff, all this throwbacks.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, yeah, totally. What the fuck?
It's like what was your thing? I mean, what were your shows?
Yeah,
Like,
tell
what
us.
is your besides
Gumball?
Lizzie McGuire, what else did you watch?
So yeah, before that, but like I was also watching Sports Center at 6 a.m. every morning, starting in like first grade. So I don't
I,
even
mean,
really count.
I was too. I mean,
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's not
The Cohen era Pokemon on like the WB cartoons.
Hell yeah.
It was
Yeah.
only Pokemon Advanced.
Yes, I
Like,
remember
watched
Beetleborgs.
those.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's like the only other Power Ranger segue I had either.
Mm.
And then like right into SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron.
SpongeBob. Yes.
SpongeBob was big.
SpongeBob was always that was one for me. I was older, but I was always still a big. I'll sit down and I'll watch SpongeBob. The OG SpongeBob episodes are classic.
Movie,
the jokes in there are hilarious.
Digimon was better than Pokemon. Sit
Get
down.
out.
Get out.
Sit down.
We've lost you.
Sir. Take a seat.
I think you ought to put people in timeout. Oh, can I do that? Put user in timeout. Okay, I put
Yes.
Will in timeout.
So,
Oh come on, he's banned though. No.
Oh wait,
Oh
I come
no.
back out. Uh-oh. I have to Google how to get out of timeout.
Oh no.
How do you get him back?
All right.
I
So,
was trying to be funny. I didn't think it really
while
came out.
Chad's doing some tech support and trying to repair a relationship here, I'm gonna answer nah. Or not answer, but I'm gonna counter your question with another question. Yes, I do remember Beetleborgs.
Remember.
I want to know, do you remember a show called VR Troopers?
Timeout.
Because that's a Mandela effect thing for me that nobody I ever talked to remembers that show, and it definitely existed. It was like a Power Rangers knockoff. It was called VR Troopers. I remember the like theme song to it. Like I can vividly picture like having an action figure of it.
It's okay. We'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. He's in a 5-minute timeout when he comes back.
There we go.
That's what Google says. So hang in there, Will. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
I don't even think he can hear you. He just thinks he was Shadow Man.
It says that he gets notified
Okay.
while the 5-minute timeout, and this can be extended if needed. Once the timeout period is over, they will be able to comment again. So he's,
I
not,
love it.
he's still hanging out. Just so it worked how I wanted it to.
Oh good.
Okay.
See,
All right,
that's why I
continue. Go
stick to minute timeouts in Discord.
I love it.
Oh, they're so fun.
Eddie is our Discord police.
Mm-hmm.
No. Community watch.
Community watch.
I always saw VR Troopers on Netflix when I would search Power Rangers. Okay, so it did exist. It's good. Good to know.
All right, here's one. What was the toy like commercial toy that you wanted that you didn't get and it like hurt? It like hurt.
That's a good one. You know, Eddie has one deep down because he asked the question. So he has one that is buried in his soul and still impacts his life today.
I mean, not anymore. I think a couple months ago we got to it in therapy.
You just snap on your parents sometimes and go, "You never got me that toy."
The
Oh,
fuck
it's
are
really
Mushu?
it's really funny with my parents because like now that they're a couple years into being empty nesters and like a couple of their older friends kids have kids and like they are kind of like going through the cycle again, all those past kind of things will bring up and then they're just like, why didn't you tell us this? We would have put you in therapy. Like my dad didn't know until Saturday that I had a severe weather, like huge anxiety, fear of like tornadoes and hurricanes. I still kind of do, but like he had no idea. And I'm like, I would wake up 5 minutes before the 6 a.m. Sports Center to watch the weather report every morning.
Oh my god!
As early as like second grade.
That's amazing.
So I don't have a particular gift I didn't get, but I'll tell you a story I remember when I was a child. So I played for. Oh, look, Ben's here. We'll add Ben while I'm telling my story. Hey, Ben.
Hi, buddy.
You guys hear me all right?
What?
Can you hear me all right?
We can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
So to finish our Christmas situation, so I was a kid. I was probably around 10 or 11, and I played hockey for the Bud Bakewell Bruins. So local Buffalo people know who that is.
Mhm.
And my parents, for Christmas, my big gift was they got me a Bruins jersey. I understand, but played for Bud Bakewell. So it was a Bruins jersey, like the white jersey, beautiful, with my name on the back and my number. So I got to wear it one time to practice one time. The next morning, my mom left my hockey bag in the car, I guess. Our car was broken into, my whole hockey bag with that jersey.
Come
was stuck.
on.
Yep.
That's upsetting.
Yep.
Wow.
And I had a game that day, so I had to go buy all new equipment and wear it too for that game.
That
happens.
insane.
That happens 3 times a season in the NLL. I'm not kidding.
Does someone get their equipment stolen?
Or they lose it in flight.
Oh,
Wow. That's so funny, Chad. Like sort of similar, right? Where like I played for the North Buffalo Thundercats, and their logo at the time was a like modified version of the Florida Panthers Leaping Panther, right?
Yeah. And
I wanted a Florida Panthers jersey, and my dad for some reason hated Pavel Bure, like hated him with
that was my boy Pavel Bure. That's what got me into hockey.
My dad thought he was like the biggest like bitch. Like he plays like a fucking wimp. Like he hated him so much. Yeah, and like so I got a blank Florida Panthers. He was like, because I want Pavel Bure. He's like, under no circumstances will you be wearing that jersey. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I had a red one though. I had the red home Panthers.
That's where I wore 10. I played hockey from Pavel Bure. That's why I wore 10.
Do you know what's funny? Because of North Buffalo, and again, like it's probably like an old timey thing, but the jersey numbers went based on size, right? So, I wore number 1 because I was the smallest kid. So I wore 1 for like my entire like Pee-wee short, but Pee-wee career.
It's great. Best one memory I'll ever forget about Bud Bakewell, and then we'll get back in the conversation, is our best season. We went to like the game before the championship, which we lost in overtime. Talk about heartbreaking. Still remember that. Still remember the entire play, how it broke out. That's how much it scars me to this day. Anyways, our main jersey the entire year was the yellow Pooh Bear jersey. It was awesome.
That's fantastic.
So it was great.
Nice.
Yep. So good.
Now, are you saying Budway like the old store?
No,
Budway?
Bud Bakewell.
Bud Bakewell.
Bud Bakewell.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yep. Riverside. Ben.
Hi guys.
Hi, Ben.
I wore my movie hat because I knew it was not a hockey.
What does it say?
See you at the movies.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. I got a sticker on my car too.
I don't have a hat around me. Oh yeah, I do.
Didn't do it. So why are you?
Oh no, they're off limits today.
Yeah, no hockey today. Even though I just realized I have a Sabres hat on.
I know. Well, it's not, I literally just got that exact Sabres hat from Buffalo a couple weeks ago, and I saw you had. I was like, okay, cool. So I can't wear that. It's good to know. But, Anthony, why are you offended by the killer comparison?
I mean, he crazy.
Okay, so the issue with him, I guess sort of spoiler-ish, is he's not good at his job, and that's like the one thing that's not applicable to you.
He's great at his job. He fucked up one
No,
time.
think about it. He's
One
actually
second.
very bad at his job.
Okay.
He's very bad at his job.
How? Like obviously, like the main thing, which we won't
Sure.
spoil, but like,
Right, but then like throughout,
I
the
do want to
entire
watch this movie, guys. We'll try to keep as many spoilers as we can.
all right.
Yeah, everything he attempts to do doesn't
Will's
really.
back.
So there's like the dog, right? And he
That was a
does
fuck
all
up.
the
Yeah.
work to like do it, and then it doesn't actually work, right?
Yeah,
Whereas-
okay.
So
Mhm.
all this, that's not the point. The point is like his whole dialogue about stick to the plan, and show no empathy, and all these things is like, yeah, that's Anthony. He's sticking with his plan. He knows what he's doing. Not the,
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, for sure though. Like I can get like where you're coming from.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great movie. I love David Fincher. I was thrilled about the movie. I'm just mad that I didn't get to see it in a movie theater, I guess. But other than that,
No, it was good.
great movie.
It was very good. I enjoyed it greatly. The soundtrack was
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Addis mentioned 9 Inch Nails. Can't remember his name, but yeah, they've been doing all Fincher soundtracks for a couple years now. But yeah, anyway, Chad, it sounds like you need help with music.
I do. I was going to say, so Ben's the music guy. So if anybody has music questions, this is your time to get them in here.
Happy to. I actually just got word that I'm going to be able to go to we've got the company I work at. We're doing a showcase in New York in a couple weeks, I get to attend that. I'm very, very excited about doing that and getting to hobnob and music industry land.
that's cool.
DJs.
Yes, I do need a song list. So if you're offering, I will take it because I'm in deep struggles right
Okay. I can dig through what I've got on Spotify.
now. Okay. All right.
Anyway, I don't mean to take over the conversation.
No.
No, it's okay. We were.
This is the conversation.
This is the conversation.
What
This is the
what this
conversation.
is for. We're
This is basically for all of us to drown our
I'll tell you
sorrows.
my least favorite Fincher movie, Ben.
Yeah.
That like disturbed me to my core, and like maybe my least favorite movie of all time was Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Like the one I haven't seen. So
Hated
I
it.
comment.
Hated it from
Scares,
start to finish.
it scares the hell out of me because I've read a little bit about it. I'm like, maybe not for me.
Not for me. I took my wife to a date to that movie because we were like, "Oh,
Oh my
this is good," and she still married me. Crazy.
You gotta. The internet exists. Like you can kind of, you don't have to like look up the plot, but you can get a vibe check before you go see a movie and know, is this a date movie or is it not a date movie?
Listen to me.
Like I just went on a date movie.
Mistakes were
It's
made.
like,
Oh, Ben, Mr.
Yeah.
Expert on date movies.
it was great.
Ben, you have a question directed at you here.
Okay.
Please
and
don't
it's supposed to
ban
be King Gizzard.
Okay. I have. Yes.
Ban
I
him
have.
again.
I
Ban
have.
him. Ban him a second time. He's out. Can't say King Gizzard in here. Get away with
So,
it.
so I'm not. So it's not me being a well-versed music person that knows a lot of stuff. This is a good question for Kevin Night Rider on Twitter. He would be much more knowledgeable on this subject. I only know about this group because they were featured in a video on Vox's YouTube channel where they talked about this crazy record that's hugely popular and all that. So yes, I do know them. I don't know anything beyond that, though. I'll be honest. It's not my vibe.
I don't know. I've never heard of either. So I
It's
Ben,
as
are you
weird
a-
as the name suggests.
Are you a fan of Moonchild?
I actually do like a couple other tracks. Yes.
I love
Yes.
them.
It's been a minute since I've listened to them.
They're one of the few bands I have on vinyl.
Well, vinyl collection right here we can get it through. What was the track I liked from them? I think it was The List or
The
Cure.
list
Maybe.
is good.
I had one of those tracks on my playlist that I really loved a couple years ago.
The list is one of their top 3 songs.
Sick. Good band.
Mhm.
You guys been going to a lot of shows in Buffalo lately?
With children, no, but I used to. I used to go to Town Ballroom and like the cool places.
Good music.
Oh, Kevin's here.
Kevin's here.
Someone told me we were talking music, and he was like, "I am there. He's in."
His spidey senses, yeah.
Someone was like, "Bro, they're making fun of you in the chat," and he's like, "Mm-mm,
Nope.
not happening."
The last show I actually went to, Anthony was there.
That. Oh wow,
Coheed in Rochester.
Coheed in Rochester.
That was the last show I went to.
You were 5 at the time.
5 for what happened? What did I miss?
No, he said, "Oh, thanks for coming to visit." Bush at Town Ballroom next Wednesday. They've got to be old. I think that might upset me more than it should. No, Ben, like literally, you were actually with me at the last concert I was at.
Oh, the Rolling
Was that
Stones.
your Nashville Rager?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like kids, man. It's been a minute.
God. Okay, that was a good show though. God,
It's a
what
great
night.
show. Yeah.
Got to meet Cody. What an evening.
Cody Hodgson is a salt of the earth human being. Like just in earnest, like asking me and like didn't break eye contact, which is like a thing I noticed. Like if like some people will ask you something but like not really want to know, and you'll know to like keep it short because they're not really. That dude locks you in when he asks you a question. Like he was very interested just in day-to-day like shit just about me. I was like, dude, like this is crazy. I want to ask you shit. Like this is wild, but like I also don't want to ask you because like
Yeah, awesome
Yeah.
guy. It's why like if there's
Super
ever
nice
like moments on like Sabres Twitter where like Cody Hodgson the Cody Hodgson joke comes up, it's funny. I kind of
yeah, you step out. Yeah, same now. Now that I've met him, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a really nice. Leah's here. All of
Somebody
our friends.
somebody told other people that Ben was on, and we got
Yeah,
we got a new
Yeah,
crowd.
Ben really bumped our numbers here.
you're welcome.
Actually, I was thinking about it. I might have been. I have to see when the timing was, and it was a horrific concert. But I think it was after Coheed, but everything blends together. But I went to that got delayed 3 times because of COVID.
Justin Timberlake.
No, I've seen JT numerous times, and JT is good live. But at
Whatever,
Bill
Leah.
Stadium, Joan Jett.
Sure.
Who the hell else was there? That was terrible. Poison, Motley Crue, and
All those people are in their 70s. So
yeah, it was I can't think of the last band was, but it was Motley Crue is by far the worst. It was just noise.
Are you ready to rock?
It was just noise. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Bad music.
Worst person I've ever seen live was Robert DeLong. He was abysmal. One of the best bands I've ever seen live, though, Airborne Toxic Event.
I don't even
Because they followed Robert DeLong that same night, and like Robert DeLong killed the crowd. Like it was the most dead crowd. It was kerfuffle 2016, 15, and yeah, like Robert DeLong was horrible.
Def Leppard, thank you. Yes, Def Leppard is actually good in that concert. They saved it because they were last.
Did they put the Stanley Cup upside down again on that show, or is that just the one time?
Is that a thing?
I don't think
I
so.
remember that event. They played an NHL event and they lifted the Stanley Cup up and then they placed it upside down on the
That's
stand.
great.
No,
That's
NBC.
fantastic.
no, they were wearing Bill stuff because it was in the Bill Stadium, so
Oh,
everyone
of
had Bill
course.
stuff on.
Is
It's a kimono.
It's a
Yeah,
goddamn-
And I know that now.
It is a goddamn kimono. How dare
I've
you?
gotten 3 questions on Twitter about it too. What you're wearing?
It's a winter kimono.
I respect it.
Leah, you were there. It's true. Long sucked. But yeah, listen. Like people think I'm kidding. Like I wear this around. Like this is gonna. I love. Listen to me. There's nothing more relaxing. It's not a robe, Jane.
I thought it was a comforter, Jane. Let's just put that out there.
Nothing. Listen to me. You feel like you're being hugged constantly. It's really nice. And
I wish I had a robe. I don't have a robe. My
You don't have
entire
a robe?
family has robes.
I know
My
what
wife will
I'm
not buy
getting
me a
for
robe. She buys everyone
Christmas.
else robes besides me. My daughter. So look at this. This is how I messed it up. I've asked for a robe for years, and she just walked home. In the door. So I hope she can hear me saying this. I've asked for a robe for years. Okay.
I'm getting him with XB macrame on the front of it.
Serious, I don't even care, but I just want a robe around the house because that would be great. Joelle wore her robe out probably a week or 2 ago, and Gianna saw it and was like, "Oh man, I want one of those." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, Gianna."
Get in line, pal.
The next day, Joelle comes home with a frozen robe for Gianna.
Nice.
The next day, and now all 3 of them wear robes around the house. Well, I remain robeless.
Chad, you are a grown man with a job and I got it some like $50 in your bank account. Like
No, it's the principle of it now, Ben.
I don't buy my own clothes. I always buys my clothes for me. Like I don't. I buy
that's
my
wild.
hats. That's.
sure.
She buys my sneakers. She buys clothes. I don't have
Oh,
style. I'm not Anthony. I
no.
don't have style. She's the stylish
No.
one. And
My
And
wife
how-
would dress me like the most mediocre white person from 28, like or 2008 rather. Like they're like it would just be standard issue fucking like no
Tight jeans.
god.
Is that before or after
Light
the plaid
jeans,
shorts
yeah.
boom?
What's that?
Is that before or after the plaid shorts?
Like
boom?
Madras, not plaid, but like Madras, you mean?
Kind of.
Yeah, like it was slightly after, but they were still there. Like, I'd be wearing American Eagle. No. Mm-mm.
I don't know. Thing.
She used to buy me like turquoise Express dress shirts, and I'd be like, "Oh, Express and turquoise, like so my color," and I would wear it. And yeah, people at my work like, "Hey, yo, you're doing high vis stuff today? Fuck off! All right, yeah, I know."
There's benefits of being able
Post-cargo
to wear
shorts,
whatever you
yeah.
want and hats to work. I don't got to worry about that.
Yeah, no, my wife would never. I don't even think she'd attempt to like buy me clothes. Like, be like, he's gonna mindlessly hate whatever I pick.
I think my thing is I don't care enough.
Mm,
I think she wants me to not look like a bum when we go out places, so that's why I think she gets me the clothes that she gets me. Because I would just wear the same things I've worn for 4 or 5 years. I got it. Whatever, man. I buy some hoodies sometimes to mix things up, and
there's a coat rule in my house.
a coat rule.
A
Really?
jacket/coat rule that Jen has enacted. I buy too many, and I have so many jackets, like for any occasion. Like if I want to look like a vampire in New Orleans, like I have a jacket for that. Like for sure I do. And our whole closet that fell off a truck. Like our whole downstairs closet is my coat. So if I buy a new coat, I have to pick one to purge. That's the coat clause. Like we're at capacity. Like you have to eliminate one coat to bring a new one into this home. And did I smuggle a coat in last winter? Yes, hoping she wouldn't notice for sure. She noticed, like immediately. It was like, nope, pick one to purge, or that one goes back, pal. So the coat clause is real.
So I officially moved back to Nashville a year ago, like this week. Actually, tomorrow's a year at my company that I've been at, which is exciting. But anyway, when I got this apartment, then one of the primary features, there was like 2 primary features. I needed this island over here because I like to cook, and I needed a coat-specific closet to fill all of my outerwear. Because I'm the same way. I just need to stock up on it.
So that fell off a truck. It's still making me laugh. Because Mike Taylor is definitely painfully Italian, not on purpose. He makes nice suits. Yeah. He has a whole fabric book that I pick out of, and he makes a suit out of it. It's really nice. Fashion talks. What was one thing you wanted to wear as a child? So my parents were like strict as hell, like on everything. But like the one thing that they just did not give 2 shits about was like I could wear or dress however the hell I wanted. Like they did. One time they let me go to school because I had long hair as a kid. They let me go to school with my hair braided. I had plaid pants from like the 70s looking things on, and like a ringer t-shirt, like a t-shirt where like the sleeves and the collar had like that fabric ring on it, right? And I was like walking out the door, and I had like a fucking plaid fedora on that matched the pants with my braided hair. And my dad was just like, "That's what we're going with today, huh?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, pal." He's just like, "All right." He's like, "Well, if nothing else, it'll make you tough." He's like, "Cause like, there's no way you're not getting that fun." He's like, "Yeah, you'll learn to fight at least." But yes, and like, no, there was nothing that they were just like, no, unless it was something like obscene. But like, I didn't really pick that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything.
My school had a dress code, so we didn't, choices wasn't really an option. It wasn't like a uniform, but you either had to wear like a polo or a dress-down shirt and like khakis and stuff. And that was...
To this day, Ben dreams of cut-off jorts that he never got to wear.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It is like one of the things with just like I've always worked remote and I still do, but then like there are obviously times where I need to be in person for things work related, and because it's a creative field, and if you're dealing with artists specifically, but even just like the people I work with in the office, like everyone else has like incredible fashion sense. Like you walk in, you're like, oh wow, you all look like models, and you also just kind of do a job like me, and it, I don't know, exacerbates my inferiority complex. And then I'm like, cool, I'm gonna keep working from home, guys, because I can't keep up with this.
I feel like Leah's comment here is a cry for help.
I have to try to coordinate with my husband. Me and your husband can hang, man. My wife's the same way. She's in the same boat. Oh yeah, listen. I've got my suit picked out. I've got all my accoutrements. I've got my lapel pin. I got my pocket square. Like I know what I'm wearing. And she's just like, all right, what color are we going with? I'm like, what color are we going with? It's black. Like always. Like black and charcoal gray is like my jam, right? And yeah, she's in the same boat. You would get along.
I've never had the coordinating outfits thing.
Mm.
Joelle coordinates with my daughter, but that's as far as
That's
the coordination
adorable.
goes. Yeah, it's all right.
Not all you need is a robe.
Just cost me double the money now for the things that she buys. Anthony, I meant to ask you not to like go like dark or talk about a potentially sad, upsetting subject, but I thought about it when I was watching the news with you. And you
Am I
mentioned
the
your wife.
guy named Anthony Chandra in Niagara County who meets my exact description and commits arson once a year? No, I'm not. Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah. Oh, he's real.
Are you looking at?
In Western
Absolutely.
Europe?
So
So my question was,
Yeah,
did
please.
you go to the city in Iceland that could have the volcano eruption when you were there?
I did, and that's super sad because like nicest people. Yeah, it's called Glindavik, and yeah, really upsetting. And like, yeah, I like read about it for 5 minutes and was like, I can't. It's like,
Crazy, man,
like
right?
genuinely super, super kind people. Yeah, it super sucks.
Every day is prom for Ant. That's good.
Remember when I made that cover art for you, Anthony, for your new album? Oh, that was pretty good. When you were in Iceland.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do remember.
See, you'd be perfect as an EDM DJ. You got it.
Yes, sir. Every day is prom for Anth. Is it not normal to make your wife pose in a prom photo before you go out every day? Don't know.
Can we ask about the elevator picture? How many times that was taken from Iceland?
It was only taken once.
No way. Not a chance. Not a chance.
No, like legitimately, because like Jen would not tolerate multiple photos of us. Like, no, she'd lose her mind. Like, legitimately once. I'll show you the camera roll. It's one time.
All right. All right.
Yeah, go ahead, Chad.
Let's say we go back to we have a food question here, but go ahead, Ben. You can have it hold different.
Well, I was just gonna say, I know we're not talking hockey, obviously, but sports adjacent. The other hat I was considering was my sad
Tottenham. Oh, but I know, but
and
we're in a sad spot right now there.
I wanted to gauge
Stay
your
off.
where you are.
All right, so let's talk about Spurs a little bit, right? Oh, sorry, Pat, you got to wait on your question here. Let's put the
We'll get
question
you
back.
back, I promise.
You know, it's rough. So I've never really like I've really only been in the soccer now for European soccer for like 3 years. So for those who don't know, like Juventus, Anthony, Italy, Serie A was always like my team, and it was only nothing because like they're like the Yankees essentially of like Italian soccer, but it wasn't because of that. It's because I thought they had a goofy name. So I just associate with them. I knew nothing about them, that they were like who they were and all the whole thing behind it. So I can't be accused of just grabbing onto a team. But I've strayed away from them, even so much to the fact that I didn't realize they were at the top of Serie A until like the other day or first or second, wherever they are now. But anyways, I've gotten more into Tottenham now, and it's just it really gave out it, but it really like gave me like Sabres vibes. New coach, their main guy is gone, and you thought, oh man, we're screwed. And then they just like come out like gangbusters and scoring and all of that fun stuff. Leah's about to get put in timeout again if she doesn't.
Well, don't worry. She went over there and saw Man United lose to Spurs at Tottenham, so it's all right. She felt a lot of pain.
Here, this is pretty good from Kevin. But I want to talk about you told us up here, which. But they do have. But see, Spurs have a good goalie. They have Italian, Vicario, really good goalie. So they don't have a goalie issue. but they have an entire team issue. Their defense fell apart. Everybody's hurt. Everyone has red card suspensions. They essentially lost their Tage Thompson with Madison, so that he's the guy.
We're
Who,
flying
I was going to ask you who does
we're flying too close to the sun.
Who does James match up with this? I was thinking more Tuck as far as like coming over after we lost Kane and
yes,
coming in, but either way, there definitely are those matches. I became a Spurs fan because I don't know, this is probably 6-7 years ago now. I was like trying to pick an EPL team like everyone, and then the two teams I was sort of going between was Man City and Tottenham, and they came over to Nashville and played a friendly here one summer.
I remember the story you told.
At the Titan Stadium. I was like, cool, I'm going to pick the team that wins. This will be great. Easy choice is what I'm going to do. City spanked them 3-0. Not a contest. This is total. But Tottenham took over Nashville. The fan base, like I didn't see any fun or interesting Man City fans all over Nashville, but Tottenham fans were a party across the city. It was so fun. I was like, yeah, screw it. I'm going to be a Tottenham fan. And they're in London. You know, if I ever go over there, it'll be easier to see a game. They haven't won anything ever recently.
Well, that's the fun of it, though, right?
Oh, exactly. So they're still competitive, but they're also kind of losers. And so it's like, well, maybe they'll win one day and it'll feel better.
Yeah. They go undefeated for the first 10 matches, and you're like, it's all our year. And then their entire team gets hurt in 1 week.
I know. Well, yeah, and I'm so glad I didn't pick City. That would have sucked. That would have been terrible. I was trying to, because again, this was still early in the Pagula era. So I was making comparisons to this oil money coming into the Sabres and then to this team that's never won. And at the time, Man City had never won, or at least hadn't won in a long time. So it's like, oh, small city, whatever. Regardless, I'm glad that didn't happen. I did get to see 2 games over there last year. Around this time, I saw them play Newcastle in the EPL and then Lisbon in the Champions League at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And like, I know Bills fans hate that stadium right now, but like it rocks.
It's not the field's fault. It's not the stadium's fault. The field was shitty.
Yeah, well, because they put the turf on top. Because
right. If they would have put the soccer, which they would never do, not letting the NFL tear up their pitch. Yeah,
of course. Incredible, incredible. I can't talk. I can't say enough good things about experiencing a soccer game over in Europe. I did England and France and Spain while I was out there, and like just whole other experience and just so good, and totally recommend it.
Yeah, that's one of the goals in my life is to get there over in Europe and see some sort of, like, even if it's not a Spurs match, because it could be hard to get Premier League tickets, but just some European.
It's what I'll say. It is. There's like extra steps, but it's not that hard. You basically have to become a member of their fan group. It's like $50 a year, and then you get my tickets. The good thing is though, tickets are face value. You're not in the UK. You're legally not allowed to sell above face value.
Oh.
So there are resale tickets, but like I sat almost midfield, like 15 rows up for like 70 pounds. It was like, $90 or whatever. And so you could sat upper deck for $25 or whatever. It's perfectly reasonable to go to the game, obviously to pay the fee, but it's compared to going to games here and stuff, like that's nearly what it costs to go to soccer games here in Nashville at this point. And I love my Nashville soccer club, but they're not.
You had to see Messi, right? You were there when Messi rolled through?
It was sick. I've got season tickets with a buddy, and those games are so fun. Yeah, if you ever go to Nashville, you got to come see a soccer game there. They're so fun.
Have you started doing World Cup planning for in a couple of years?
I might. I definitely want to go. The guy I've got season tickets with, Eric, goes to all the World Cups. He's gone to the last couple, and he'll obviously go to these. So I'll try to go to some of them with him. They're not coming to Nashville, which is a bummer. We were hoping they were going to come here, but I think
Orlando, Cincinnati, New York,
Chicago, KC,
California too, right? Yeah.
I think Edmonton and Toronto.
That's right for Canada. Yeah. And then Mexico City. 2 places in Mexico, I think. Mexico City and somewhere else.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one. During this summer, we had the Leagues Cup tournament, which was the tournament between MLS and the Mexican League, the Liga MX. And we got to play a bunch of those teams from Mexico. So like Club America and oh my gosh, I can't remember the other one. One of the Western teams. The other, basically 2 of the biggest clubs in all of Mexico came and played in Nashville and had some of the like craziest soccer games I've ever seen in my life. Such a fun tournament. And then we lost to Messi in the final, but it was a pretty good summer for that. Yeah,
I'm a big soccer guy now. I've gotten into it. Really, like I try to tell people who say it's like boring, they can't get into it. Like one hand, I get it, but like once you get into it and understand the sport and how it works and like the drama behind it is thrilling.
Well,
Unfortunately, we were on the other side of the drama last week. But earlier in the season, we were on
the
the
Liverpool game and all that. That was nuts.
Yeah.
My sister came to visit here last week, and she brought her boyfriend, who was like, it was funny. She even said like even before that we had not talked about soccer previously, but she was like, he was talking about like he'll never go to a soccer game. He's just not interested in soccer. And then like as they were coming, I was like, oh, Nashville's playing a playoff game next week in the MLS, and I've got tickets. Do you want to go? And she's like, yeah, of course we're gonna go. So it was the first time we'd ever gone to a soccer game. Like it's similar to hockey, where like it can be hard to get into watching on TV, but the moment you go see a game in person and just like feel the experience and feel the crowd and get that experience,
singing,
of, like,
the chanting, the
corner
whole
kick and stuff, and it's just like, oh wow, this is incredible. Like it's a game changer.
I went to a Toronto FC game last summer, and that was the first pro soccer match I'd ever been to, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was crazy.
My tickets are in the supporter section in Nashville, so with all the flags and the smoke and all the
Nice.
crazy chants and stuff, it's really fun.
fun stuff. Soccer, good times.
Anyway,
What
Okay.
are you sipping on there, Ben?
a cheap Costco white wine from
I love it.
some region.
From some region.
We're gonna be getting a Costco here right by my house, which will make traffic super annoying. I can't wait for that.
As if it's not bad enough around there.
Right, with the Target and the everything else, now throw a goddamn Costco in there. Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
awesome.
pretty, the evangelization of Costco is annoying, but like it's pretty great. Like it's kind of got what you need. The wine is cheap. They got good food. I don't know. It's pretty good. Are we allowed to talk about other hockey teams?
Yeah, we can. We have a few minutes left. As long as it's not, we said local sports. As long as it's not Sabres, we can talk.
Kevin's
about
like this about hockey league.
Yeah, but yeah, let's go about 10 more minutes here. Let's talk about the rest of the league.
Y'all got any of them XGF rates?
Can we talk about the fact that we went over an hour and never explained what we're doing?
I think people figured it out.
I know, but this has been very good.
This is working.
This is
How we hope.
It's the Seinfeld of streams.
Let's throw this up here because this is pretty good. Shot merchants. Like I've learned from Kevin, who put me onto it, that I was like, oh man, Carolina is this great, analytics, expected goal team. And then Kevin was like, nah, man, they just shoot 437 point shots and drive up the XG that way. Just point shot merchants. It's evil team.
Mm.
I used to be fans.
Like,
Not fans of
is
theirs.
there success? Is it mostly just defensive structure? Are they sort of like Boston, but they shoot a lot from the point on top of it? Or like they're good defensively?
I think their overall structure within it, the way they play, forechecking, they smother you. Like it's why teams have a hard time, and it's why they can do what they do because they always have the goddamn puck because they're all over people. That's how they can get 50 ridiculous, or like Kevin said, 70 shot attempts because they always have the puck because they're smothering you with their forecheck. And yeah, I mean they have a team of ridiculously good defensemen too. So it's
sure. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean look at Kevin here. Kevin with a great
What a
comment.
frustrating team. That's so frustrating.
Ties in our soccer conversation and hockey.
What a pro.
Carolina.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's so frustrating because I know like Buffalo's gotten. Well, sorry, I went.
It's okay. Just go ahead and finish it. Go ahead. We'll allow
Well,
it.
because we're talking about their defensive process has gotten better, and it's just like it's frustrating that they're not transitioning into that. It's just like if they're going to lean into defense this year, like it seems like they are. Why isn't it translating in this way? If they essentially want to be Carolina, if they don't want to be Toronto and rather be Carolina, apparently.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And they're not.
I won't answer your question, but I get it.
Anyway,
I get where you're trying to go.
If you want to get off hockey, I have a general question. It's sort of related, but not specifically. So I'm going to Chicago this weekend. I bet you can guess why. Any tips for Chicago? And if you guys don't know any, if the chat has any
I've been to Chicago a few times, but only for food shows, so I wasn't there a long time. So I don't have much besides the city is awesome. With the water going through it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm staying like right on the river there.
Yeah,
I was there a couple of years ago to see a baseball game up at Wrigley, but I was only there for like a day and a half, so I'm excited to spend like 3 full days there.
Yeah, it's
Gonna go
the
see
only
Hamilton.
major U.S. city I've never been to. Like the only
Oh,
like big time one. Yeah.
I've had a
I know
couple
the
of
rink.
those, that's
From what
it.
I've heard, the rink is awesome. So that'll. Yeah, it's,
Location kind of sucks, but otherwise it seems cool.
Yeah.
I'm deciding whether or not. So they have this like they have one of those like FanDuel sportsbook places with like a million screens and stuff in there, and the hockey game is on Sunday afternoon, and the Bills play at whatever 4 or something.
4, yeah.
And I'm deciding: do I spend time in Chicago, go to the arena early, and watch the Bills play the Jets, or do I take care of my mental health and go enjoy one of the great cities of the world? Like,
You should take care of mental health and go watch one of the greats. You go, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough, and just
Yeah.
come to the game on time.
Yep.
Makes sense.
You can find out they won 13-10 later.
I'm gonna go see Hamilton Saturday afternoon. Never seen it
Oh,
before.
jealous.
I was supposed to see it in Buffalo 2 years ago, whatever year it was at Shays. I had a ticket, and I was literally standing outside Shays a little bit before the doors were going to open, just hanging out. And they canceled the show because one of the cast members got COVID. And so I was just standing there with a ticket, and obviously I refunded or whatever. But it's just like I came to Buffalo for 2 things that weekend: see some friends, go see Hamilton at Shays, and go to see the Sabres play the Islanders. And both games got canceled.
Oh, that's right.
And both the game and the show got canceled while I was there. So I just like ate wings and went to the Pink. That's what I did. It was
Great
pretty
place to be during COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I actually had COVID during that time because I wanted to go see Hamilton and they were in Buffalo, and I think I had COVID during that time.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to see you and it didn't work out. Yeah.
Same.
And then I'm going to see Second City Saturday night as well, which I've never been to.
Ooh.
Very excited about just the like feeder for Saturday Night Live and all that.
Very nice. Very
Anyway.
good. Fun experience for Ben. I'm going to be home on this weekend, so
Good.
that's my weekend. Actually, no, we do something fun. We have Friendsgiving on Saturday
Oh, good.
with our group of friends, so that'll be good. Be fun experience.
I have a corporate retreat.
Oof. Real cool.
Sounds rough.
You're gonna wear a quarter zip sweater vest? What are we looking at?
Not a fast. Ugh. What a terrible investment. Seems like everyone has a vested interest in my wardrobe today.
Can we ban Anthony or?
Yeah,
please.
you can tell we're nearing the end of this when Anthony's going
I'll
off
give
bad
him a timeout.
dad jokes.
Put me out of my fucking
I'll go
misery.
give him a score timeout.
Yeah, quarter zip probably. But yeah, we're going to the People's Republic of Java, New York, so that'll be fun.
I went camping there once.
That's good. Work retreat. Wow, I didn't know places do that.
They do.
Do you sit around a fire and like pass a stick around and they talk about
Our feelings? No.
yeah.
They kill your feelings at the door when you work there. That's the first thing they do. Hook you up to the brain machine. Any human emotion you have, they just
What is the
everybody.
objective of a corporate retreat at your workplace?
team building.
So it's to get drunk on the company's dime, but without like sharing personal.
So I have to be so fucking careful.
You do. That's true. I understand. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
I don't partake.
Sure.
Fair.
Just because of my station.
Mm-hmm.
But it's this weird thing I've had to grapple with. Like, I want the people around me to enjoy themselves and have fun, but I also have a influence given the youth of my group, right? Where if I'm not doing something or am doing something, they will it definitely either not or do that thing. So like I feel kind of bad, but also like, yeah, that's why it's a little bit like awkward, in that respect.
Of course.
I get it.
Of course.
I get it.
I think that was something I need to get used to in my field, where like there is definitely like normal office professionalism,
Mm-hmm.
your daily work thing, but also it's a weird industry where like a lot of the songs I'm specifically working with are like regarding drugs and stuff. Like we have a song coming out in a couple of weeks called Pink Powder. I recommend it. Go listen to it. It's a great song when it comes out.
Is it about Fun Dip?
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, but that also leads to then we have events where we have showcases and concerts. And like, I mean, we literally have the Ultra Music Festival in Miami, which is like notoriously a thing.
Mm-hmm.
that
Miami,
we're involved
Florida.
in. And so it's funny to like go to like literal work events where they are paying for things and it is a work sanctioned event and it's also just like kind of just a college party. So that's
Anywhere
been
has those days. So you kind of get those days anywhere too.
yeah,
So that's the nice thing about there.
sure. Anyway,
I think I had something to say, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I was gonna say for our expected Buffalo retreat in the summer, we're gonna go camp out at RIT.
Yes.
And to talk about the last time they had the meeting there. That I missed that. The conference. It's been a long time.
It was so fun.
The last one I went to, Eddie presented. Anthony was sick and Eddie presented.
And now I work for half the National Lacrosse League.
I was actually sick then too. I left. I stayed until Micah talked, and then I left right after because I felt it coming on. Not like throwing up like Anthony was, but like nose was running, throat started to hurt. I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of here.
That was the weirdest thing. I literally got like half a block into the neighborhood I grew up in and immediately started like heaving in my car. Like it was a bizarre experience.
Yeah, it was
I was just like, ooh, the trauma's too much. It's like, Chad, I don't think I can I don't think I can do this.
we got to the corner and he's like, nah. I'm like, oh, dude, it's fine. Just take me back.
I'm like, I'm so sorry, man.
I can
Like,
do it.
I thought I could
Grab
power
myself.
through, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Good times.
We'll
Ryan
have to track down,
Stimson used to run
we'll have to
that.
track down Stimson and bully him.
I know, right?
He's too busy being a father.
I haven't talked to Ryan in a while, man. I used to talk to him all the time.
I was in that offer sheet league, and he was the commissioner of it,
Oh, really?
and it was just Shope and Louis G taking all of our money, but it was fun.
OG analytics guys. Didn't somebody else run it with them too? I can't think of who it was though.
The professor. Oh shoot, what's his last? Matt
Is that who it
Hoffman.
was it? Yes, it was Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yep. So many good. I met the Twins there.
I hung out with them in Minnesota. Awesome guys.
Yeah, I talked to him briefly there because it was like I was so new and like they didn't. I mean, they kind of knew who I was, but not really. I'm sure if now if I met him, it'd be different.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, met them there. A lot of people. I met Hannah was there.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Hannah sat next to me, and we didn't know who each other
Yeah,
were. So the
that
fact
sounds
that
about
happened, that we know each other now is so weird.
The Twins have like the most incredible vinyl collection you've ever seen in your life. It's sort of expected just based on how they tweet and stuff, but like sick, like so cool. It's just unbelievable all the stuff they had.
Good times at that
I think
conference.
Megan was there as well.
Yep. Yes, Megan Hall was there. Yes, doing that.
Oh, it's not even the Megan I was talking about, but
You're
yes.
talking
Oh, but yes, the other one. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah.
Yeah.
that was a great one. There was a lot of good presenters there. There was a guy. There was a soccer guy there who was really good. There were teams there, which is kind of crazy. I know specifically the Avalanche were there, and I forgot who. There was like 2 other teams that were there. So that was pretty cool.
I think the
Pretty sure
Blue
Barlow was
Jackets,
there.
right? Yeah.
What?
Pretty sure
Blue
Barlow
Jackets.
was there.
Yeah, I think Barlow was there too. Yep. I wonder if Dom was there. I didn't really know him at the time, but maybe he was. I don't know. I don't think Sam was there. I think Sam was in the league at that point, so I don't think he was there. Yeah, there were some names. There were some people. There.
Chad, the next scoop you need to figure out with your amazing news breaking abilities is how did the breaking free thing happen with Jeff?
Yeah.
And we gotta figure out what happened here.
Yeah, I think somebody told me a story about it, and I forgot what it was. It wasn't anything crazy. I feel like the story that I was told. No, I'm not even going to say it because I don't even know if it's 100% right. So I had to think about what it was because I don't want to put it out there and then.
Yeah. Kevin's theory made the most sense, which was that like just someone from the social team or whatever.
That's kind of what I think
aware
a
and
little
just-
bit, but I want to like check for sure, like think about for sure if that's what it was. But it was something like that too, where he doesn't like they bring him options kind of thing, and he'll pick from that type deal.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
To
Or
your-
he just looks at what you suggest. I mean, maybe that's the real story.
Well, but no, what
That's
I'm
what I'm
what I
thinking.
think, yeah. No. My assumption is like they saw the video I posted or whatever.
Yeah.
And like include it in the
Yeah.
It's
Sabres are very online these days. So they
2 years in a row.
see-
2 years in
I
a row.
know. That's what I'm saying.
And
So what are you going to propose for next
I
year?
know I'm feeling a lot of pressure about next year potentially. Like genuinely, like I have no idea.
All right, we got a whole season to think about it, so you got time.
We're too far removed from Bo Burnham's all 4 Bezoses. Just
Very good
rotate
one.
those.
Yeah.
The maintenance guy at this apartment complex is named Jeffrey, and like a week after that came out,
Yeah.
he was fixing our garbage disposal, and like the whole time I'm just thinking, come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way. You're back into it.
That's good. That's good.
So, Jeffrey, were you by chance born in 1964?
I think.
All
he's-
right. I think I'm going to put an end to it because my throat's starting to hurt. And I actually do have hockey work that I have to do tonight. So, hockey article writing to do about how the Sabres need to figure their shit out. And that's more or less, but
I agree.
basically it's bringing the offense back again. That's what we talked about on the podcast, Anthony. So,
We did.
we did.
So on Sunday, instead of watching the game, I think we'll just do this again. definitely starting at 4:25.
Which game?
TBD. Yeah, 4:25. We'll be on here doing who knows what. We'll be playing like Jackbox games or something, and then
Yeah.
Me and Eddie are just gonna
at
do
six we can get a vibe
Pokemon.
check.
We're just gonna do a Pokemon Blue emulator battle.
I did look. I can't figure out which of these sites is like legit and which ones are a virus. Otherwise, I absolutely would have pulled it up.
Eddie, who's
You
your
can-
favorite Pokemon?
Oh God.
Oh man, it's a good one to end.
Oh man.
Everybody's got their favorite. Come on.
It depends though. Like, so the newest generation, Quaxley, the water starter, is an icon.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the
abs-
franchise needed another fucking duck.
He's so cute, and then he turns into a diva. It's amazing. And then of course Lechonk, like he's just a king.
8 billion animals in the world. Fucking no, a third duck? Yeah, definitely a third duck. Should we make him a different color besides blue? Fuck no. Make him blue.
He
Ducks
has
are
a hat. He cares about his hair. He's
Yeah.
a sweet boy.
He's a sweet.
They made a weed. They made a weed cat also.
it's great.
I think also so like yeah, we're gonna at some point we'll actually once we figure out like how to borrow things from Nintendo, we got to do a regular run, and then once we get Aerodactyl, we have to just like stop in our place and grind it up like the Tage boom.
Mhm.
And then for gold and silver we have to do a Soul Link.
That we do.
Would you like to ask what a Soul Link is, Chad?
A what?
Soul
Okay.
Link.
Okay.
So there's Nuzlocke, which are pretty much, long story short, first encounter at each route is the only Pokemon you can choose on that route to build your
Mhm.
team. And then if a Pokemon dies, you can't use it anymore.
It's dead.
So a Soul Link is 2 games playing at once. So like if one person's starter goes out, the other person can't use their starter anymore, and so on.
Makes the game just harder.
And we
'Cause,
will
like,
grind it
playing
all the
through
way
is
up to
easy.
defeat Red.
Okay. I respect the guys, the hustle, you guys.
What's your what was the last game you guys played? Like what generation?
I don't go beyond the original ones. That's where I don't go up.
Did you not know the sequel of Gold and
Oh.
Silver?
Of Pokemon?
No.
Oh, it's
I mean,
I play Scarlet with my kid on a Switch. I play with him. That's really it. But like I was gonna say, we are the guys for Friendsgiving on Saturday because we're all big Pokemon guys and our kids are into it now. We're organizing between the guys a Pokemon Stadium tournament.
That
on
sounds
Switch.
amazing.
Yep.
And
So we're gonna draft our Pokemon
Kid's
before
gonna
we
have me
go.
in his ear, like, all right, listen,
Yeah.
going against
Everyone's
the
gonna
water.
draft before, and then like a round robin. We've done it before, like a round robin tournament,
That's
and
amazing.
then tournament style. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Shelly.
first two gens. It'll be fun.
No, we just stick
Gotta
to the original one, the original Pokemon
Kanto,
Stadium,
the Kanto League.
the
Just Kanto.
151, original 151.
That's the way to
All
go.
right. Definitely got to go Alakazam early. Psychic type destroys in
Gengar.
showdown.
Gengar is definitely a go-to.
Gengar's up there. Dragonite,
Dragonite is hard.
big
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You
Low
always-
beast.
somebody-
A low
somebody-
beast that people don't realize is a beast.
Who?
Victory Bell.
Victory Bell.
Low key beast.
There's always some asshole who will pick Snorlax and do rest like 57 times.
Oh, also in Nuzlocke you can't use items in battle, so Snorlax is like you kind of need them.
You kind of fucking need them, yeah.
All right. 121 hour and 21 minutes. I'm gonna call it.
That was productive.
Ben's out. I got hockey work to do. Anthony has to go try on more clothes. And Eddie's got to go be Eddie. With this, he's got a lacrosse stick out. Look at him. Getting closer to bandit season.
So close.
Almost there. Mouse died.
It's gotten to the point that I'm watching the preseason film on Huddle. Nighthawks beat the
Satisfy
Bandits
your
on
sports
Sunday.
needs to
Oh yeah.
non-depression.
We're doing like our new stuff. We're using the last year's playoffs to track like with our new stuff. So we're doing like we're adding shot angle, which is so interesting because you think it's easy. It's just going to be like a circle of different positions, but like the way that guys put their hands in different positions when they shoot at the different angles, it's bizarre. It's like they're world-class athletes or something.
That's crazy. Nonsense.
Yeah, December 16th, banners going up.
Right, I keep forgetting they won last year.
So you better remember they won last year. It's the only thing keeping some people going at this point.
I was in where was I? I was in Cleveland watching the champion. I was watching game 3, 2 or 3. Did it go 3 again?
3 they won, yeah.
Yeah, I was in Cleveland watching that. Monster Jam. We were at Monster Jam in Cleveland, and I was watching on the phone. Yep.
I watched game 1 with Duffer here in Nashville.
Really?
It's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember anything about game 1. I only remember 3 because I sat like 200s in like the right behind the close net, so that was Vino's net in the first 2 or in the first and the third. And when I tell you he was moving like he was 25 again, like they were not like by the first 5 minutes, like you could tell they were not losing that game because he was he is a machine. He found another level of machine at the age of 41.
I can't believe he came back again.
Oh yeah, I mean he's in better shape right now than I've been in my entire life combined. So,
but I thought when they won, like that'd be it for him. Like he'd go out on top, kind of.
He's just not ready yet. Like they're essentially,
I respect
and
it.
they're gonna keep running it back until he's done. So
Yeah, I respect it.
yeah, they got a
That
good
game was
shot
fun.
this year. I've
They
got
got
some strong opinions. I can't divulge into, but now that it's going no conferences,
Oh, is that? I didn't know that.
yeah, they're all 15 teams are playing for the same 8 spots.
Interesting. Make things a little more fun.
It's gonna be very East heavy,
Yeah, that makes
mostly
sense.
because they're the teams that we're friends with. But who's counting?
Okay. Well, thank you everybody who hung out for a little bit. Ben for making it fun.
I hope so.
Appreciate you coming on. Anthony for wearing his robe and then Eddie for the idea. So good job. We'll definitely do more of these because that was fun. It was a good time. Just
What a nice off day.
nice off day hangout. We have another off day too tomorrow before we have a game again. So I get to go hang out with Pat Moran tomorrow night. So that'll be fun.
I saw that.
Cool.
Oh, Patty asked us favorite wing spot. Does
Oh,
Imperial
that's
do
right. We
wing?
should. Yeah, I forgot. We said we get back to it too. So yes,
Yeah.
favorite wing spot quickly around the horn.
Gabriel's Gate.
Ale House. Amherst.
I haven't been to many because I don't live there, but Gabe's Gate.
I'm gonna go with 3. I think it's Gabe's Gate too.
Nice. Oh, look at us.
Yeah.
Who'd have
I'll
thought?
tell you what, though, one, it's not a place anymore because it closed down. It's actually a Rochester joint that they opened one here and then it closed. But McGregor's, if you remember that on Maple, bomb wings. But they gone.
I've never
That's
been
where
to
we went-
9/11.
That's where we
so
went for Ritzak. It all circles back.
That's funny.
Okay,
All right, gentlemen.
everyone have a good night. Talk to everybody soon. Peace out, everybody.
Thanks, guys.